for a few more minutes here, my friends. How is everybody doing? We are, surprise, here, alive and well, and doing a live stream for you guys. If you happen to be brand new to the channel, I am Chris from Chris Cooking Nashville. I am a proper human diet chef doing keto and carnivore delectable goodies of all varieties, creating recipes and trying to encourage and motivate people on their health journey because of the incredible results that I have had on a proper human diet on my own health journey. I've talked about this in some videos, but maybe if you guys either haven't seen those or if you're brand new to the channel, this will be maybe interesting and give a little bit of context to why I do what I do. Please let me know if you are new so I can say hello to you here in the chat. But I was at one point in time probably about 400 pounds, and I have been on a journey with keto and carnivore for a long time at this point. There was a little bit of some stuff there in the middle where I didn't really stick to it very well. I didn't deal with the carbohydrate addiction issue that I had, and it snuck up on me, and I sort of went a little bit back off the rails. But I am back and doing my thing, and I've been doing the carnivore thing here for the last couple of years, and I am very happy to say that I've lost about 130 pounds and reversed massive numbers of health issues. There are just all kinds of things that have changed in my life, and it's really incredible. It is really absolutely amazing what has happened to me as a result of using a carnivore diet. And I tend to be mostly carnivore, but there are times where I still flex in the keto direction. You can see that I have changed significantly, and I still have some extra weight to lose, of course. This is a journey. It is not an overnight thing. It is a healing process, but we are on the journey, and you can see that I have made massive, massive changes in my life. There in the white t-shirt, I was probably about 385 pounds, maybe pushing closer to 400 at that point, and I have changed radically, and not just because of what you can see on the outside, but also because of all of the things on the inside, what I'm doing with my life, all sorts of wonderful things. So yeah, so we are here, and we are talking. I'm taking questions about keto, about carnivore, about stuff in the kitchen, about my recipes, about anything you guys want to talk about. And I have a little bit of something to show you guys from Keto Chow that I think is really, really cool. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about that, so that if you are one of those people that says, you know, I would really like to have a little bit of something in my pantry that I could pull out quickly, or that I could set up ahead of time and just have something convenient that is keto, Keto Chow is a great option, and we're going to talk about that. So let's say hey to some people here in the comments. Lynn is here, says, nice surprise. Good to see you, Lynn. John Wise is here. What's up, John? And Debbie Purple of Nana is here. Hello, Debbie. Brian says, what's this going to be about? Well, I think I just answered it. Surprise Q&A and talking about keto and carnivore and Keto Chow. But if you guys have questions or whatever you would like to be about, Brian, you let me know. Sherry Nevada Pup is here. Says, hello. A surprise live indeed, Sherry. Brian, I love this. Hello, all. Remember, you are what you eat. Eat meat. Yes, absolutely. If you want to be good, strong muscle, eat good, strong muscle. That's the way it works. Debbie, I like that pan. Yeah, I do too. I need to find one like that. John wants to know, what's that grill in the thumbnail? I have no idea. That thumbnail is created by AI. So what reference AI was using to create that grill pan, I have no idea, but I would love to find one like that because it's super cool. Claire, hello. Always excited to catch a surprise live. Well, Claire, I'm really glad you are here. Claire, amongst other people here, are members of my private community called The Band. I have linked that for you guys in the description box. It's $10 a month, but it is so valuable to be surrounded by people who can encourage you on this journey. And I do extra content in there. The band members know the recipe that is coming on Saturday already. So just things like that. You guys get to see behind the scenes. You get to interact with Ash and I. Dustin at Keto Simple is in there. Victor from Southern Keto is in there. Chris Bear from Keto Chow is in there. Let's see. Pastor Bob Beeman with his amazing carnivore journey and sharing his thoughts is in there. Of course, Ash and I, you get direct access to us. There's a whole bunch of members that have so much knowledge because they have been on this journey, and they're in there to interact with you guys and for all of us to be a great big family and support each other. So would love to see you guys come join the band. I've linked it down below in the description, and it supports the channel here, but it also supports you on your journey, and you get some extra stuff for that along the way. I think it's really cool, and there are a lot of people in there that have told me they didn't realize how much they needed something like that until they joined, and then they say, this is amazing, this has made a huge difference, and we're just here to help you guys. So come on over and join the band. We'd love for you guys to be in there, and we do some special stuff. I actually have, let's see, I think I put it away. And by I put it away, I mean my wife probably put it away for me because God bless her, I would be lost without her. Although she is cleaning things in the house right now, so she's not here in the live stream, but she probably put it away. But I actually have a cooktop, like an electric cooktop, like can go in an RV, or it's just a portable one you can set on a counter or whatever. A long time ago, a company sent it to me to do a review, and I did, but I have no real reason to put it anywhere. But it's very useful. It works really well. So I'm going to do a giveaway for that in the band. The band members are going to, get that. They get free things like that from time to time when we have stuff to share. We want to spread the blessings. So, but anyway, lots of ways that you guys can benefit. So come on over and join the band. We'd love to see you. Let's see. John says, "You're home. I thought you were out of town." If you're talking to me, which I think you are, although it could be somebody else too in the comments, but no. So we are here in town. We are going to the Dr. Barry Q&A tonight. It's about an hour drive, so we're going to that this afternoon. But during the day here, we are still at home because it's not that far from Nashville here to go over to Dixon, Tennessee. So we're still in town. Aaron is here and is new. Well, hello, Aaron. I'm so glad that you are here, my friend. Welcome to the Chris Cooking Nashville community and family. So you guys make sure to do me a favor so more people like Aaron can find this. Please hit the thumbs up because that tells YouTube and Facebook, if that's where you're watching, that this is valuable. And it just helps new people just like Aaron find out that we are here and maybe get the support that they need to change their life. And that's why we're here, is change the world one plate, one person at a time. So guys, hit that thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed so you know when I do random things like go live. Surprise, here I am. Patricia Hoffman is here. Hello, Grandma. She's not my grandma, but she may as well be because she calls herself Grandma when she talks to us. So says, "Hey, Chris, what's up?" Oh, just, causing trouble, Patricia. That's what I do. So good to see you. Let's see. People are saying hello to Aaron. That is awesome. There's my dad, Papa Nashville in the house. Just found you live. Hi, all. John says, 2 days of ham and cheese. I'm making pork belly bites for my next meal. I like that a lot. Aaron says, I consider myself carnivore-ish. People were asking if Aaron was carnivore. Aaron, I would say that most of the time that's what my recipes are. When I'm not doing recipes, I'm very carnivore. But for my recipes, it's kind of what I do, is carnivore-ish. So you found the right place, my friend. Good to see you here. Let's see. Patricia says, thanks so much to you and Ash for yesterday's live. So much information. You're welcome, Patricia. If you guys did not know, first of all, we go live every Monday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for Monday Morning Motivation. And yesterday was particularly fun. We had Alyssa from Dr. Barry's private community, as well as her own private practice, not exactly practice, I guess, a coaching business that she has called Compass Wellness, My Compass Wellness. So Alyssa is Dr. Barry's head coach in the group, and she also does her own coaching business and does like health type coaching, whatever. She came on and she talked all about women's hormones, which is just as important for us to know as men. All you guys out there, we need to know about that as well. So she talked all about women's hormones, and she talked about keto and carnivore and premenopause and postmenopause and just all sorts of different things. Great, great information to really help all the ladies out there, or help guys be able to help all the ladies that they're surrounded by in their life. So it's really good information. We had a great time. Alyssa is wonderful, and we had a wonderful time talking with her. So if you guys haven't seen that after this, you should totally go and check out yesterday's Monday Morning Motivation Live. So very, very cool. Thank you, Patricia, for watching, and thank you for mentioning it. Aaron, kind of the same he is talking about. Did keto, got off track, and I'm back trying mainly carnivore. Well, Aaron, good for you, my friend. We are here to support you. So as you're getting back on track and as you're doing this, let us know how we can help you. Ask us questions. Talk with us about what you're struggling with. That's why the band is there. If you want to go deeper into that kind of stuff, like come join, talk to us. Even if you come to just our live streams and talk, that's fine. So I go live Monday mornings at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time every week. Normally on Tuesday nights, like tonight, I would be going live at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for a cooking live. And we would be doing a recipe of some kind and answering questions. I'm not doing that tonight, which is why I'm doing this live stream now, because we're going to a live Q&A that Dr. Barry is doing along with Amanda Decker here in Dixon, Tennessee. But normally on Tuesdays, we're live as well. So come hang out with us on our live streams. Come join the band if you would like. But let us know how we can support you. And if you have questions and you're trying to get back on track and you need ideas and you need support, let us know. It's what we're here for. Solar Dare is in the house. Morning and afternoon, Chris. Hello, Solar Dare. It's good to see you. John says Keto Chow brought back butterscotch and made it permanente. Yes, yes, they did. I actually have some Keto Chow flavors that are on the way, and it's all of their spring flavors, and I'll be letting you guys know more about that. But yes, their spring flavors are back. I have a Keto Chow link in the description, and it comes with a discount. So go click that link, and it'll apply a discount in your cart, and then you can go and add any of the things you would like to try or your favorites or whatever. So drop down there in the description box, use that link, and show Keto Chow you appreciate what they do, because we have to vote with our dollars. And there are not very many companies out there that make products that I endorse anything that they do. I love Keto Chow. It does not work for everybody, and that's okay. If you want to be stricter than that, that's totally fine. I get that. But for some people, something like Keto Chow is a very useful tool, and as those kinds of products go, I think it's probably the best one on the market anywhere that I've found, at least. And it's rare, but I do occasionally have some Keto Chow. I really like it. I do some recipes with it. Ash likes Keto Chow. She's a little bit looser on, the dietary stuff like that than I am, because I'm way more carnivore most of the time. But it's a really cool thing. The flavors are great, and it has great stuff. And we'll talk a little bit more about something I got to write over here in just a second. So, Shine Customs is here, new on the chat, but been following for a long time. Love your mashed potato recipe, also the dehydrated chicken breading trick. Well, thank you so much, Shine Customs. Travis, it looks like. Travis, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you popped into the chat. Thank you for following along. If you guys haven't seen it, I have a carnivore mashed potato recipe. It is not made out of potatoes. It is made out of egg whites, and all you got to do is go look at all the reviews of it. People love it. I love it. My family loves it. It's a lot of fun, and it's fantastic for those special get-togethers and those special meals where some mashed potatoes go right alongside of it. So you guys go check that out. That is a fantastic, fantastic recipe. Patricia's saying happy birthday to my dad. It is his birthday on Saturday, so... guys, make sure to wish my dad a happy birthday if you don't mind. He's going to be at least 40. John says 2 thumbs up, 1 for each channel. Yes, whichever channel you guys are watching this on, please do a thumbs up. I have 2 channels, Chris Cooking Nashville, which is where all of the food stuff is located. And then I also have Chris Cooking Nashville Studios, which right now I still do all my live streams on both of these channels. But eventually I want to grow the Studios channel to where the live streams that are like this kind of thing, Q&As or health, the Monday Morning Motivation, etc., would be over on the Studios channel, and then all the food and recipes and cooking live streams would be on the main Chris Cooking Nashville channel, so people can kind of pick and choose what they want to subscribe to or watch. But if you guys don't mind, make sure you're subscribed to both channels and hit the thumbs up on both channels, because we got to get the watch hours up on that Studios channel before it's fully functional before I can, start actually really separating things out. So, would really appreciate it if you'd go over there. Let's see. Gabrielle is here watching from the UK. Well, thank you so much for watching from the UK. I hope you are doing well over there. I have been to the UK once. I was in London and Bath and several other places around England touring when I was in a duo a few years back, and it's been a long time, but I really enjoyed it over there. That was a lot of fun when I got to go over there. So, let's see. James says the link I post, it goes to Amazon for that grill. So James, because you are not a moderator, and you will not be able to post links here. Also, I don't know what grill you're linking to, but like I said, that thumbnail was created by AI, so I'm sure it's referencing something like the grill you're looking at, but the thumbnail is not an actual specific grill. It's artificial intelligence creating a picture. So yeah, so I'm not sure. Wonderful is here. I love that name. Wonderful says, my first time watching from Dr. Barry's channel. Well, thank you so much for being here. Guys, big shout out to Dr. Barry. Not only are we going to this Q&A tonight for him and Amanda Decker, just because we're trying to support, we're trying to take some people who are newbies in the low-carb lifestyle along with us to these Q&As here locally in Tennessee. It's really cool, and we need to support things like that. But also, Dr. Barry and Nisha asked me to be the PhD culinary coach, as it were, the culinary mentor. So I actually have a space now in Dr. Barry's private community where I'm going to be doing special cooking things and Q&As and all kinds of stuff in the tribe. I've been a member over there for several years, and I've always supported everything Dr. Barry and Nisha do, because Dr. Barry is how I learned a majority of what I know about low carb, and I credit him and Nisha and the work they do with saving my life and making me not 400 pounds. But it is an honor, a massive, massive honor for them to ask me to come be involved over there in the PhD group. So it's really, really cool. So I get to do some cooking stuff over there in the tribe, and they're just amazing people. We are very, very blessed to know them, to call them friends, and to get to work with them. So I'm so glad you're here. Wonderful. Thank you for popping over, since I'm assuming you found me on a Dr. Barry recommendation or in the group or something. So thank you. Laura Poe is here and says, question about meatloaf. Laura is one of our community members in the band, by the way. So she says, question about meatloaf. Have you ever added eggs or pork rind panko to a meatloaf? Yes, I've tried both. So eggs, without some kind of a binder like a breadcrumb, eggs will actually end up holding on to the fat and the different things from the meatloaf, which in theory sounds like it would be good. But if you don't have things like pork panko or breadcrumbs or other things in there, what ends up happening is those eggs will actually make the meatloaf a lot more dense. I know that's weird, but it just doesn't, it shouldn't in my head. But in practice, without breadcrumbs and milk and all the ways a traditional meatloaf is made, those eggs, instead of binding the meat in a positive way, they actually make it more dense, and it's harder to not dry it out and end up with a tender meatloaf with the eggs added. So that's why I don't use eggs in my meatloaf. I have used pork rind panko, and to be honest with you, I just don't like the flavor of pork rind panko in meatloaf. The texture is fine. It's a little gummy, I think, but it's not bad. I just don't like the texture, the flavor that much. It tastes a little porky to me when I add enough pork rind panko to feel like it's achieving what I would really want it to achieve texture-wise. So I just don't do either one. If you like that, absolutely go for it. But the reason that my meatloaf does not have either eggs or pork rind panko is I just don't feel like I get very good results with them. So, yeah. So that's just kind of a it's just kind of a thing that I sort of stay away from. So, but if you like it, by all means, go for it. Charlene is here. Hi, Charlene says, I'm a very strict carnivore. I do not cheat. Why have I not been losing weight? I have 80 pounds yet to go. I've lost 50 pounds in 1 year, but nothing since Christmas. Please help. Charlene? Okay, first of all, guys, I'm not a doctor, and I don't give medical advice. This is all anecdotal from my observations, my own experience, for educational and entertainment purposes only. Okay. Charlene. So there's a lot of things that could maybe go into this. One, I don't know how old you are. I don't know what other metabolic issues you may have. There's a lot of different things. What you need to remember is that weight loss is a symptom of improving health. Weight loss is not the only thing that your body has to deal with. So if you have 80 pounds, but you've already lost 50, got 80 more to go, you've lost 50, first of all, you've lost 50 pounds. So you have been losing weight. So reframe the way you're thinking about this to remember you are losing weight. You're just not losing it currently at the speed that you would like to see it. But there may be other things going on in your body that need to heal before you lose weight. So Kelly Hogan is a really good example. She was on a weight stall for like over a year, and she just kept doing what she was doing, and finally it did kick back in because her body was healing, and she just trusted that process. So part of it is you have to be very patient, because just because we want to see the scale go down doesn't mean our body says we're ready to see the scale go down. Our body is very smart. It knows what needs to be fixed, and it knows in what order to do it because of what's most important. So letting your body do what it needs to do is really important. Now, the other thing is, if you've lost weight and then it kind of bottoms out and you just sort of feel like, okay, nothing's happening and I'm being super strict, one, really double check and make sure you're being as strict as you think you are, because I'm guilty of this, where I think I'm being strict and then I go, well, but I'm using like this sauce and this seasoning and my dairy intake went up, and there's a lot of different things. And different things like that affect different people in different ways. So it's really tailored to you and your N=1 experiment to figure out what works for you. But the other thing is, how much are you moving? Because eating the right food is great all day long, wonderful. That's fantastic. But if you're not moving your body, it still slows everything down, because it's not that we exercise to force our body to lose weight. We exercise, we move in whatever way we can for our body to be healthy. And then when our body becomes healthy, as it's ready, it will then lose that extra weight. But we just can't make our body do what we want it to do in the order that we want it to do it. We have to put the right things in, move our body, feel good, focus on good metabolic health, and then you let your body do what it needs to do. So it's a great question. I understand the frustration, especially if it's been since Christmas. I get it. I haven't lost weight in a while, at least not in any significant amount, but I'm also not panicked about that. I'm just little things, one at a time, cleaning up my diet, that little bit more, and starting to move more, and these different things. It's all wrapped up in one big thing of lifestyle. So there may be some other things you can do there, but don't fret, don't panic about it. Just very logically, just one step at a time, take a look at the things you can do to try to have a good impact. So, and if you want extra support and you want other people around you to maybe encourage you in that, if that would help you, come join the band. We'd love to go along that journey with you and just support you. And there's people over there that can give you ideas that have probably experienced the same thing, and we can maybe go more in depth into what you're doing if that's something you would be interested in. And also, Charlene, make sure to go watch the live stream we did yesterday with Alyssa, because man, woman doesn't matter. All of us need to understand the role of hormones. She is talking about it from the perspective of women of varying ages and where they are with their cycles and all this kind of stuff. Lots of great information, and knowing that makes a big, big difference. But whether you're a man or a woman or any of these things, understanding hormones is a vital aspect of understanding metabolic health. So Charlene, go check out that video if you haven't yet, because there might be some info in there that you go, oh yeah, I really relate to that. Maybe that helps. So yeah. Let's see. Aaron says, I appreciate the support. That is what I need. It sucks. The ones that I would think would be my biggest supporters are nowhere to be found. Aaron, I understand, and you are not alone in this. There are a lot of people that feel exactly the way you do. That's why I created the band, because my parents are very supportive. My wife is very supportive. But people all around us, the people that we would think would be supportive, are not always. And sometimes the people closest to us, spouses, parents, kids, I mean, like, the people that are our closest confidants, sometimes they're not supportive, and you need to be able to surround yourself with people who can help you, who can just listen to your struggles and give you tips and tricks and just reassure you that you are doing well and that you're not doing anything wrong, and that if people think you're crazy, it's not because you're crazy, it's because people don't understand. And it's hard to be on an island and do this alone, so please consider coming to our live streams regularly, and maybe even come and join the band so you have a family that can be here online and support you, because that's what we do. I need it, Ash needs it, we all need it. It's just we're built to need a tribe around us that is supporting us. So come and join us. We'd love to help you out, and we're really glad that you're here, Aaron. And you're doing great. You seriously are. You're doing great. Keep at it. We're here for you. Jolene is here. Happy blessed birthday to my dad. Yes, thank you, Jolene. Thanks for being here. Gail says hi. Hi, Gail. Brian, question. In your new coming cookbook, are you going to have a section explaining the items you use and why or what they do? Yes. There will be a gear section in there, and there will be a whole bunch of stuff in this cookbook. It's not just a list of recipes. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So you guys definitely check it out and watch for it. But also, come to my Monday mornings or my Tuesday nights and ask questions. If you guys have specific things you want to know about, come and ask me questions. Happy to answer. John says, I'm watching it on both channels, one to watch and one to chat. I love it. Thank you so much, John. Let's see. Richard Williams is here. Hello, neighbor in Copper Hill. Good to see you. Gail is new to carnivore. Congrats, Gail. I'm so glad you're here, and welcome to the protein side. If you need help or if you need support, you know where to find us. We are here because you're here. You found me. So let us know how we can support you. Maybe consider joining the band if you want extra support. And I've got a bunch of recipes to help you out. And double check that live stream we did yesterday, because as you're brand new to these kinds of things, there's some really good info that Alyssa dropped. Men and women alike, anyone new to carnivore, go look at what Alyssa is talking about, because she has some great info. She dropped massive knowledge, and it was amazing. John wants to know if the Q&A tonight is going to be live streamed. Yes, I believe it is. It is on Deckerless Carbs. I will put that channel in the description for you guys. Let me go and find it. I'll drop it into the live chat here for you, actually. That would be smart, wouldn't it? I'm on my own today. I don't have my sidekick over here, and I don't think any of my moderators are available to be here today, so I'm kind of on my own, but that's all right. We're going to get it. So I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to pop it over here in the live chat for you guys. This is Amanda Decker's channel. Please go over there, like and subscribe at her channel. Tell her Chris Cooking Nashville sent you, and let her know that you support what she's doing. So if you guys didn't know, Amanda Decker is a nurse practitioner. She's here in Dixon, Tennessee, but she is getting licensed in all of these states. I think she's in 21 states now that she can do telehealth. So basically, if you're looking for a keto or carnivore doctor who will support you in a proper human diet lifestyle and also help you with medical things, she is getting licensed to practice for all of you in all these different states. And she needs all the support you guys can give her. Vote with your dollars, vote with your support. That's the kind of stuff we need to get behind, because she's very smart, she's very sweet. She and Dr. Barry are working together, and Nisha's helping out, and there's a bunch of stuff that's going on over there at Amanda Decker's channel and her practice and all this kind of stuff. It's really, really cool. So go over there, subscribe, tell her that I sent you, and if you can, watch her live streams, tune in, say hello, say that you're there because I told you to jump in if you don't mind, so that she feels the Chris Cooking Nashville love. I would love for her to just feel like we are there and supporting her. So go over and do that. And I just dropped her link into the chat for you guys. So go check out her YouTube channel. She's awesome. Really love her. Cody Chapman is here, popping in to say, hey, Chris, love your stuff. Almost 1 year into my change. Cody, thank you so much. Congrats for being a year in. That's a big accomplishment, and we should celebrate every step along the way. I think that's fantastic. So rock on, my friend. Aaron, I was messaging you the other day about the biscuits. I look forward to trying your recommendations to make them a little less dense. Excellent. Yeah. Yep. If you have more trouble, let me know, and we can just work further with that. So if you get them done right, they're amazing. John says the whipped meatloaf works good. That sounds great. Let's see. Beverly is here. Hi, Beverly. Says pureed liver helps make it tender. Chicken livers are less powerful tasting than beef liver. Yeah, you could totally use pureed liver. Liver is not something Ash wants to eat, so I have to steer away from liver in recipes. But for those of you who like liver, you could totally do that. Absolutely. For those of you that don't like liver, if you're like Ash and you're like, no, there's no way I'm doing that, you could also use what I use in my meatloaf recipe on YouTube is I use ricotta cheese. Has that kind of soft pureed sort of texture, and as it cooks it kind of melts down and it sort of leaves air pockets behind and it creates that tender texture you're looking for. So really cool. This is a great comment. CB Carmack is here. Good to see you, my friend. Says, Charlene, you could also be gaining weight in bone density and muscle, replacing the fat and the water weight you lost. That's very, very true. And this is why the scale lies, guys. You don't know what your body is doing on the inside by just looking at a scale. A scale is only one metric of 100 different ones you could be measuring, and it's honestly one of the least important when it comes to your health. So, not that it doesn't matter at all and that it's not valuable, it is, but it's not the thing that I would recommend you focus on. I think there's other things you should focus on first, and there's better things that will encourage you in your journey more than just stepping on a scale and being disappointed. So, Simi Acherons, I don't know however you pronounce that, demon. Good to see you, my friend. Glad you're here. I don't like pork rinds or pork rind panko at all. This is why I ground stale egg white bread and buns into breadcrumbs to use this substitute for pork rind panko or pork rind flour. It's a great idea. Yeah, if you have leftover egg white breads, dry it out, especially if you have a dehydrator or a low oven on the lowest setting. Dry it out, grind it up, and use it like breadcrumbs. That works great. VJS is here. Good to see you. Says, hey, Chris fell off the wagon yesterday and had Asian dumplings, woke up feeling guilty and thinking about you finding a creative carnivore dumpling for us. Okay, so first of all, thank you for just being honest and talking about how you're feeling about this and that you fell off the wagon. So something really important for you guys. When you fall off the wagon like this, I get totally why you feel that way. Please don't feel guilty, okay? Now, I'm not saying excuse it and just keep doing it, because that's not good for your health, right? But you have to remember, food does not come with a moral compass, okay? Eating something not keto or carnivore is not a moral decision, okay? You're not a bad person for eating something that's not ideal for your health. You're a human being, and sometimes it's hard to say no to those things. And sometimes we make choices and then we go, I shouldn't have done that. That's okay. Yesterday is yesterday. It happened. Forget it. Today, go right back to what you need to do. Because if you do that, that's a mindset that can be sustainable for the rest of your life. And that keeps you from getting bogged down. Okay, if you focus on the idea that, oh, I messed up, it's not perfect. First of all, you're never going to be perfect. It's not perfect. I messed up. I've got to beat myself up. I'm going to feel guilty. That makes it that much harder to get right back on and just keep doing what you're doing. So you ate the dumplings. Great. Cool. Done. Move on. Now continue eating things that are good for you. In reference to a dumpling recipe, I am working on it. It's very, very hard to create a skin of some kind that you can put things in. If you guys have watched my ravioli recipe, my carnivore ravioli recipe, there's several steps in making that. It's not easy because when we don't have gluten and starch to hold something together to make a skin, you don't have something raw that can be sealed and then cooked, which is kind of the technique of dumplings and ravioli and shumai and all these different things. I'm working on figuring out solutions for that, but it's very, very, very difficult. And it causes a lot of steps usually for anything to even come remotely close, because it's either raw and it's a paste, because that's kind of what animal products do, or it's cooked and then it won't stick to itself anymore, so you can't seal it around a filling. So it's trying to find the answer to that. So, but I am working on it. I will do the best that I can. In the meantime, though, VJS, you're great. Don't beat yourself up. Just remember, things happen. We go, okay, that's not best for my health. Push it aside. The very next meal, go right back to what it is you need to do and just keep going. Pursue health relentlessly every single day. And even if you mess up on that, continue pursuing it relentlessly, because you're not any less deserving of it because maybe you had something yesterday that wasn't ideal. I've had things that aren't ideal. I just keep going. You just keep doing it. You got this. I'm really glad you're here, VJS. Let us know how we can support you. Josh B. You still will have to restrict food on carnivore eventually. If you feed your body all the fat it needs, your body won't burn the fat it's stored. Highly recommend working towards one meal a day. So your satiation is what's going to restrict your food, and if you're a carnivore, you should not be restricting your food. You should be eating until you're full. Your body is going to work in an infinitely more complicated way than that. So Josh, I'm respectfully disagreeing with you. If you are restricting food because you're trying to force yourself to lose weight, you may as well go do Weight Watchers. And the last 100 years of calorie restriction type diets has proven that does not work. So restricting food is not the answer. Finding metabolically what's going on and why is the answer. Also, eating fat and then your body not getting around to burning stored fat, it's not really biologically how it works. Go ask Dr. Barry about how fat works. Gabrielle, Chris, I'm never sure how much fat I should be eating. I'm slightly underweight due to Crohn's, but I wish I knew how much fat I should have. Gabrielle, you should eat as much fat as tastes good to you and makes you feel good. Do you need more fat because it makes you feel better? Do you need less fat because that makes you feel better? Basically, moderate fat and high protein, or high fat and moderate protein, are the two general recommendations for this kind of thing. If you are a little underweight, you need to probably eat more protein. You probably still need fat, but because that's going to be good for your hormones and just you feeling satiated and all those kinds of things. But you need to feel really good, and you need to feel satiated, and you need to feel happy, and then you need to go lift heavy things, whatever is heavy to you. If you're underweight, eat lots of protein and lift heavy things that feel heavy to you. Because I imagine if you're underweight and you want to gain some weight, you aren't looking to gain fat. You're looking to gain healthy tissue like muscle, bone density, etc. So skeletal muscle is really important, and that bone density is really important. So eat protein, lift heavy things, and eat fat to make sure you feel good and you feel satiated. And if you really need to go deep, deep, deep into that kind of stuff because you're still struggling, I would recommend something like Dr. Barry's private group, where you can go talk with the coaches and they can maybe walk you through something like that. Because at the end of the day, guys, I'm a redneck and I'm a recipe creator and a guitar player. So I can't really coach you through exactly what to do with macros and that kind of stuff, because it's just not where my skill set is. But from everything that I know about this space, Gabrielle, that's probably what you're trying to do, is increase your protein and fat intake, lift some heavy things, stay away from the carbs, and put on healthy tissue, plus taking those carbs and fiber especially out and having lots of fat and protein. That's going to help you with the Crohn's as well. So you're doing great. Let us know how we can support you. John, focus on how you feel. Your blood work, weight will drop when it's ready. Been doing this for over 3 years. I lost 60 pounds when I first started and nothing since, but type 2 is gone and blood work looks great. Absolutely. It's not that we shouldn't care about the weight at all, but it is not the first thing that we should decide whether our health is in the right place based solely on that. There's a lot of other factors you need to take into consideration. My big brother is here, Brandon Box. Hello, big brother. Says, good morning. When do you anticipate your cookbook being released for public consumption? Get it? Consumption, cookbook, food. Brandon, you're funny. So I'm working on delivering things date by date for the publisher, and then once I submit the final manuscript and they've approved everything and the design team gets everything done, then there's, getting it printed and distribution. So I don't actually know. I'm hoping to have the final manuscript to them before the end of this year. And I don't know how long it will take after that. So, I'm writing a book that's going to be between 100 and 150 recipes. and there's going to be a whole bunch of other information in there. I'm taking all the pictures that will be in it. Like, it's a big process, guys. So believe me, it is consuming every bit of free time I have. But we're going to keep going at it. So I will let you guys know. Make sure you are subscribed, and as we know things, we will tell all of you, and we will continue to support and go from there. Renee's Rant is here, just popping in to be supportive. Hello to everyone from Canada. Hello, Renee. Very glad you are here. Thank you for supporting. David says she's Keto Carnivore. I'm not sure who we're talking about, but there we go. Beverly says the other half didn't know it had liver. When it comes to liver, Ash is a super taster. If I put it in there, she most likely is going to know. The one time I've ever gotten her to eat liver and be okay with it, I put a very small amount in my carnivore dirty rice recipe. And she didn't know it was in there, but it also wasn't a lot. She is very, very sensitive to liver, so. Aunt Kay is here. Hi, Aunt Kay. So good to see you. If you guys didn't know, Kay was a taste tester in one of my videos, and she's just family now. She just stuck with us, so thanks for being here, Kay. Charlene, I'm 76 years old. Okay, Charlene, so at that age, your body is going to struggle to lose weight sometimes, because as your body ages, there's just other more important things for it to think about than weight loss, and it just doesn't work the way it does when it's 26 years old, right? So nothing wrong with it. It just may take a little longer, and there's a lot of different things that go into it at 76 that are different than things that go into it at 26 or 46 or whatever. So yeah, I would definitely go watch what Alyssa was talking about yesterday on that video and see if maybe some of that would be helpful to you and apply to you. John, I can eat a pound of liver. I cook it in butter and some garlic powder. I could eat liver a lot too. So I actually enjoy liver. So every now and then I'll make it just for me. I can't get that one past Ash. So she takes liver capsules now because she's just not gonna eat it, and that's okay. So she's doing what she's got to do. But I enjoy liver. I'm like you, John. I can eat a lot of liver. I really like it. Charlene also has arthritis, severe arthritis in your back. Okay, yeah. So definitely. Probably leaning even in the lion diet direction, at least to try to clear up the arthritis, and then see as you add things back in, does something make it flare? That might be something you might want to try. So I would say look into that. Go to Dr. Barry's channel, look at some things on arthritis, look at those kinds of things, and see if he can help you with that, because that would be a good thing. And let us know how we can support you, Charlene. Denise, question, thyroid symptoms. Any ideas on type of foods to eat to help support thyroid? So I'm not the expert on this, but you know who is an expert on this? Dr. Barry. He actually has videos on how to get iodine from food sources and videos on your thyroid. So you should definitely go to his channel. You should watch his videos on thyroid, watch his videos on iodine. Ash and I supplement iodine in our coffee every day to make sure to support our thyroid function. It makes a huge difference for us. So if you're not supplementing iodine, might be something you might want to look into. Dr. Barry also has videos all about iodine. So iodine-rich foods, thyroid support, and iodine supplementation, all of that over on Dr. Barry's channel. He's got all the information you could need, Denise. So, and let us know how we can help support you. There is my beautiful wife taking a quick break from cleaning and just wanted to say hello to everyone and that I love y'all. She's the sweetest. She really is. Let's see. John wants to know, Charlene, how long have you been low carb and have you eliminated all seed oils? I had severe joint pain that was being caused by seed oils from store-bought mayo. Really, really good question. Seed oils will inflame me very quickly if I have much of them. Every now and then I get a little bit, but I really try to avoid them. But especially if you're eating on tour, when Ash and I are touring and playing shows, it's hard sometimes. Things can sneak in, and you can tell when they're in there. I can tell it's in there. So if you need mayo and you want to do it seed oil free, I have a spreadable butter mayo recipe you guys can check out, and it's the bomb. Just do me a favor, watch the updated video, not the old one from like 2 years ago on my channel. That's a long video, and I knew nothing about filming and editing and all. It was terrible. So watch the updated one. It's much shorter, and it's much better. Same recipe, but it's just a lot easier video to watch. So, but that butter mayo is a fantastic way of using mayo and still getting the seed oils out of your diet. So it's a great point, John. John's smart. I like having John around. He answers all the questions that I have a hard time remembering too. Renee says, I have never focused on the scale, but more on my mental and digestive health. Has been amazing results. I'm overweight, but confident that I'll shed the pounds eventually. I'm right there with you, Renee. I'm the exact same. Mental health, digestive health, great indicators that the weight will come off in time. Love that. Lynette is here. Hello, my beautiful friend. Says, well, hi there. It's really good to see you, Lynette. I'm so glad you're here. Charlene, I eat pork belly for lunch daily and beef for dinner. That's it. Okay. Well, then it sounds like you're doing the right thing. So, are you eating enough food? Because that's one of the other things is if you undereat, a lot of times you can struggle with weight loss. So, are you having anything along with the beef or the pork belly, like sauces or seasonings or any of that kind of stuff? Or are you doing just like pork belly, beef, and salt? Just, I'm not sure which way you're doing that, but there might be some stuff there that would help one way or the other. Brian, N=1 is the best way to figure out what works for you. Go get to 0 carbs and figure out after that. I agree. Just go all the way if you can, and then test it little by little, going back the other way and figure out what works. And here's the good deal, guys. Proper human diet is a spectrum, and how it works is a little different for each person. And if you handle the 0 carb thing the best, great. If you can have more carbs and that's what makes you feel better, great. Somewhere on that proper human diet, low carb, keto, ketovore, carnivore spectrum, find the place where you feel great and you get the results you want and enjoy it. And sometimes it's not that you're doing anything wrong. Sometimes it just takes time. CB Carmack says, switching from being a sugar burner to a fat burner is all about which fuel source you use or adapt to running on. Replace the sugar by eating fat and you'll eventually become fat adapted. Absolutely. That's the way it works. This is cool. Renee says, I grind up dulse, which if you guys didn't know is like a salted seaweed product, and I use it as a seasoning to help my thyroid. That's a great idea, Renee. I love that. CB says, also eating foods that increase leptin and blocks ghrelin, and most importantly, foods that keep your insulin down or normal. Absolutely. John says, I have a lot of healing to do. I did a lot of damage to my body over 40 years before I stopped eating carbs. It's not going to go away overnight. I agree. Same here, man. Freesteader is here. Hello, my friend. Says, thanks, Chris. Well, you're very welcome. Thank you for being here. Sybil V, going to switch to carnivore after I get over my food poisoning. Ate some raw veggies. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's never fun. Isn't that funny how veggies will sneak up and grab you like that? Dirt bags. Yes, well, Sybil, when you switch to carnivore, hopefully you'll find that it's very enjoyable and helpful, especially as you're getting over the food poisoning. I'm so sorry. Dustin from Keto Simple is here. Good afternoon, my friend. Well, hello. The beard is in the house. If you guys don't subscribe to Dustin over at Keto Simple, what a wonderful human being. You should totally go subscribe to him. Renee is looking forward to the cookbook. Yes, me too. And I think I just answered this, but Denise said, what is dulse? It is a seaweed. And and Renee is making the point, it tastes very salty. Yes, it is very, very salty. So when you grind it up and use it over something like a seasoning, it's actually really smart because it's going to be salty. And it has a little bit of that briny sea flavor to it as well. But yeah, dulse is fun. It's kind of a cool thing. Charlene, you're very welcome. Let us know what else we can do to help you. And I believe me, I understand. So we're here for you. Marcy Nab in the house. Hello, Marcy. Hi, Ash and Chris and everyone else. I purposely cheat. Sometimes I begin to want something. If that craving lasts over 3 months, then I go for it with bragging rights. And Marcy, that is fantastic that you can do that. I know some people can't, but some people absolutely need to because we're all a little different. And working with the psychology of how you approach food, that's a little different for everybody. It's no one size fits all of how you change your lifestyle. It's just moving in that direction of being better at it every day. So that's great. And Marcy, that's awesome that you found what works for you. Good for you. Dustin wants to know if I ever heard back from Dr. Berry about the clear iodine. Yeah, so I asked Dr. Berry a question about this clear iodine that I had, and basically he said what it looks like is they've watered it down to where it basically has almost no color, which means there's also almost no iodine. So I think it's a scam, FYI. So you guys be careful. Buy that 2% Lugol's iodine and don't find any of that scam stuff that I had that was sent to me. Brian, Dustin, I got some biltong from the Bearded Butchers. It isn't dry at all and is good. I love that. Yeah, biltong is really, really good. I've only ever had it once, but I really enjoyed it. So, I'll tell you what, guys, before we go any further into the comments, I just want to show you guys what I've got. So, once a month I get these. These are the Keto Chow My Chow boxes. It comes in a nice box. Just like this, it's going to be shipped to your house. It's awesome. And so this was the one from April. I was going to do this earlier in April, and then we were on tour. We were in California. We're trying to write a cookbook. We had all these different videos we were doing. It just got so hectic. We weren't able to get it done until I was able to do this now. So I'm going to open this up and show you guys what they sent me in the month of April, and then I've got another one of these coming here in May, and we'll be doing some recipes. But so basically, it comes with a bunch of different flavors of the small individual packets, and then there's a large bag in the bottom as well. So we have chocolate peanut butter. I've got 2 of those. That's actually one of Ash's favorites. I have a huge bag of that for her in the pantry downstairs. Let's see. Irish cream. I'm really interested in trying this in my coffee. I know sometimes people use Keto Chow as like a creamer in coffee, so I'm definitely going to try the Irish cream in my coffee. I think that would be really good. Cookies and cream. I definitely think I could do a nice recipe with that. Maybe some kind of a Keto Chow pudding. That would be really good. Speaking of flavors I'd love to try as a pudding, pistachio. Very cool. I've always loved pistachio. I have 2 packets of Snickerdoodle. Unbelievable. Maybe I can make some Keto Chow cookies out of those. 2 packets of blueberry pie. There's bound to be something cool I can do. I actually got an idea. I might see if I can do with blueberry pie. And then the big bag this month is, see it there? Chocolate toffee. Yeah, I've heard that chocolate toffee is really, really good. I actually think that would probably be really good hot, so I might have to try that hot sometime. But anyway, that is the Keto Chow My Chow box, and so they send you a selection of flavors, and you can go do a subscription and you can pick your own flavors, but this is really cool. You should try a lot of different kinds. They've all been good. I've never had one that was bad. I have ones I prefer just for my own taste, but I've never had one that I just didn't like. Even ones that I really questioned if I would like, I still really liked. So Keto Chow the My Chow box is really cool. I have a link in the description for you guys to get a discount over at Keto Chow. Click that link, go over there. You can set up your subscription, and they'll ship you out all these amazing flavors. And again, their spring flavors are back. And I'm going to be telling you guys more about that. I'll put out a little short or something letting you know what their spring flavors are when I get the little pack of everything they're bringing back. But very, very cool. So love Keto Chow. Love Chris and Miriam. Great folks. Great stuff. And, again, I know that this stuff doesn't work for everybody, but if you're looking for something really convenient to just throw in a blender, create a meal, throw it in the fridge, or you can just have it straight out of the blender, whatever. But you just want it to be quick because you're busy and you want something that's going to be really good, and you're not going to ruin your keto progress because you're go out and get a whole bunch of something that's full of sugar and carbs from some convenience store or something. This is a really great way to do it. So really cool. You can also make great ice cream out of these if you have an ice cream maker. So you guys go check out Keto Chow. Link is down below, and there's a 10% discount. You just click that link. It'll take you to Keto Chow, and it'll put that discount code on there for you. Let's see. There is my mom. Mama Nashville is in the house. Just got here. Didn't know you were live. Boxing books. Have boxed about 3,000. Have about 6,000 to go. My mom works in the high school library, and they are moving all of their books because they're having the library retrofitted and remodeled and all this kind of stuff. And she has been boxing numbers of books that are just beyond anything. So she's getting her functional exercise probably even further than what is really necessary. So prayers for my mom to be able to get through everything physically she's trying to do, because I know she's struggling to move right now. So that's a lot. That is just a lot. Brian and Dustin are talking about the price of the biltong. Quality jerky and biltong, no sugars, is going to be pricey. It is. That's why I make my own. If you guys have the ability, get yourself a dehydrator. I have a jerky recipe on here, and then you can learn to make jerky. You can learn to make biltong at home, all kinds of stuff. It's the best way to do it, guys. Make it yourself. And it is more work, but man, you get a lot more for the price. Let's see. When I did that jerky video, by the way, I calculated how much it would be if I wanted to go get like the chomps or something, like the no sugar jerkies. And I think it would have cost me about $120 to $150 to get the same amount of jerky sticks that I made for, I think it was like $19. So there you go. Let's see. Everybody's saying hello to Dustin. There is Dennis Rayson to be. Hi from Newport. Hello, Dennis. Really glad you're here. And Lisa Marie is here. Says, just got here. Where did you get the shirt? So this shirt is from a place called Dying Breed Brewery, and it was one of the places Ash and I played on the California tour we did last year. We played different breweries and different places out there, and they were so kind, and they gave us some t-shirts, and I just love how this shirt fits. So it's one of my favorite t-shirts that I've got from. So it's from Dying Breed Brewery out in California. Let's see. Charlene says, I deep fry my pork belly about 1 pound Timbits in its own fat and use salt only. My beef is either ground beef or roasted brisket with fat on top. I eat the fat too. Charlene, I think you're doing all the right stuff. There might be some other underlying hormone stuff that you need to take a look at. So that's why I'm saying watch the live from yesterday with Alyssa and maybe talk with a coach or something that understands hormones in and out, where you can really dig in deep and see if you can, figure out maybe if there's anything going on. And it could be it's just going to take time. But you're doing great. Renee, I'm off to work. Take care and eat meat. I love it, Renee. You too. Have a great day. Charger Mopar is here. Rick, I come home to eat lunch and see this surprise. Yes, here we are, Rick. Good to see you, my friend. Naomi is here. Hello, great to see you. Great to see you, Naomi. Lisa, I really want to meet you if you get to Bakersfield again. Oh, I'm sure we will, because we were just out there and played and got a bunch of opportunities. So I think we'll probably be back. So make sure to go to Ash Taylor, ASHTAYLOR, ashtaylor.com, and you can see Ash's show dates on there. And so anytime that she has a new show, she puts it on there, and it's fantastic to have you guys come out and support the shows and come see us. So we would love to meet you if we are out there and you can come to a show or something. That would be great. Naomi says, chocolate malt is now in the big bags. So excited. Yes, I know that's a favorite of many. Oh, let's see. Marcy, I've asked over and over and over about who and where Keto Chow is manufactured, and they keep giving me their distribution site and not place of manufacturing. Maybe you can find out. Marcy, I think the reason you're probably getting that is because it's probably a difficult question to figure out where it is you're determining it being manufactured. So to my understanding, there is a flavor mix that comes from a certain company, and then there are other like powders or elements that come from another company. And then I think in the Keto Chow distribution facility, I think they also mix those things there. So I think they mix and bag there. I'd have to double check with Chris, but it's not like there's a particular location where the whole thing is made and then it's sent to Keto Chow. Chris and Miriam at Keto Chow are deeply involved in it being put together. That's why they know what goes into it. So my guess is when they're sending you the distribution site, that's probably because it's where they're putting it together too. So Sybil says blueberry chow ice cream. Yeah, that would probably be really good. Yogi is here. Hi, Yogi. Hi, all. Hoping you're having a blessed day. We are. Let's see. Lisa says blueberry in my Greek yogurt. That would probably be really good. And let's see. Yes, and there is Lynette saying Keto Chow is both made and distributed in Utah. That's what I figured. I think all of the different elements come from wherever, and those may be in Utah, they may be elsewhere, I'm not sure. But I think the flavor companies or like the different elements that put together Keto Chow come from companies where Chris knows exactly what's in that source, and then those things are all combined into the one thing to make Keto Chow. This is one of the reasons I support Keto Chow. Chris and Miriam are so deeply involved in understanding everything about their product and why it all goes together the way that it does. So that's one of the reasons that they are so fantastic, because they're very transparent and knowledgeable. And you don't have to worry about that whole, we didn't know there was maltodextrin excuse, because there's no maltodextrin, and they know there's no maltodextrin. Just saying. Shots fired. Let's see, Francis, just got here. You mean you have another room in your house other than your kitchen? Yeah. So basically, guys, in my house, there are 3 places you'll find me. Usually I'm in the kitchen. If I'm not in the kitchen, the next place to check is here in my YouTube cave, which is where I do all my video editing and these kinds of live streams. And if I'm not here, I'm probably in the bedroom sleeping. That's about the only 3 places. I do occasionally pop into the studio with Ash to do like Ash Wednesdays or, play music, write, whatever. Spend a little time in the living room having coffee on occasion. But mostly, if she's looking for me, she checks the kitchen, she checks the YouTube cave, and then she checks the bedroom. It's the only 3 places that you usually are going to find me. Andy, thoughts on less fat, more veg to aid in a stall? Andy, you have to figure out if that works for you. If I was in a stall, increasing my carbs and reducing my fat intake is the opposite of what I would do. That's just me. Veg have carbs, and carbs make you hold on to weight. Now, that's just me. For you, maybe it works. Maybe that's the thing. But if I add carbs in, like veggies, not only do I not lose weight, I tend to gain it. I tend to hold on to inflammation. And then I'm just hungry because I'm not getting enough protein and fat to keep me satiated. So if you're on a stall, I would maybe actually play around with more fat, less protein, or maybe more protein, less fat. But I don't think veg is the place that I would go. Just me personally. You can try it, but it's just not what I would do. John says, yikes, that's a lot of books. Yes, it is. My mom is working very, very hard. Guys, my mom's one of the hardest working people you'll ever meet, and one of the smartest. Just brilliant and very hardworking. Nana, Debbie says, each Keto Chow also gives you 1/3 daily vitamins and minerals needed, and you control how much fat you want to add. Minimum 10 grams for fat-soluble vitamins. Absolutely. It's pretty cool how they make that to where it's got so much good stuff in it. One of the reasons I like Keto Chow so much. Brian says, I've been making jerky for about 30 years, only heard of biltong the other day. That's cool. Speaking of Keto Chow, look who's here. It is Chris Bear. Chris Squared is now happening. Hello, my brother from another mother. How are you, Chris? We had some great questions on Keto Chow. Specifically, someone was asking about Keto Chow manufacturing, because they said that they've asked and they've gotten distribution site, but they didn't know where Keto Chow is actually put together. So if that's something you can answer, Chris, feel free to drop that in the comments and let us know. It looks like you already did. Well, there we go. Let's see. Yeah, Chris says Keto Chow is manufactured in Spanish Fork, Utah, just on the border of Springville. Very cool. Marcy says, thank you, Chris. Gives me something to research. Very cool. John, what's the difference between biltong and pemmican? So, to my understanding, biltong is a dry cured type of jerky, essentially, and then it's like sliced. So it's like a whole meat that is dried and then sliced, like dry cured till it's super, super dry and then sliced, I think. I've never made biltong, so don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it is. Pemmican is like a ground meat that is usually mixed with like beef tallow, like fat of some kind, and pressed into a bar, a jerky stick, a something. So it's just kind of different options of slightly different outcomes for making dried meat. It's basically the deal. I'm pretty sure that's what the difference is there. Maybe I'm wrong. Someone put in the comments if I'm just totally wrong. Go for it. Chris, is there a reason you want to know the name of the company that does the mixing? I might be able to answer whatever your underlying question actually is. Absolutely. Cool. Looks like they got that worked out. Sunny Chronicles is here. Hello, Sunny. Good afternoon, Chris and everyone. Good to see you. John says blueberry keto chow creamies are yummy. Yes, I bet they are. I bet they are. Dennis says I would have been on earlier, but I had to make a run to my favorite food truck to get some of their Texas-style smoked brisket and a smoked jalapeno sausage before they ran out. Man, that sounds good. You were making me hungry, man. And there's Janelle, one of the Rockstar moderators, says hello. I just got in from shopping. Hi, Janelle. Let's see. Dennis says, Chris, I hear you. All of the sausage never makes it home. Chris says, John, don't know. I experimented with bacon, cheese, and other savory flavors, and it was pretty terrible. It's better to just add stuff to the beef soup base. Interesting. Asking about the smoked jalapeno sausage keto chow idea. That's really cool. I like that. Oh, there's Terry from My Terrific Life. You guys got to make sure to go subscribe to Terry, too. Hey, everyone. Those sausages are delicious. Yes. Let's see. Yeah, Rick says dried beef and fat pressed together. That's what I thought. Crow is here. Sunny day here on the island. Hello, Crow. It's so good to see you, my friend. Appreciate you being here. Cookie Carter is also here. Question from Barbados. We love you. What can I use to make your biscuit instead of whey protein? Can't get it in Barbados. Cookie, so you can try protein isolates of various kinds, so like beef protein isolate, or if you can get a whey isolate or something of that nature. Something like that you can totally get. Now, what you cannot use, because I've had people ask me this, you cannot use egg white powder. There is a little egg white powder in the biscuits, but you cannot use egg white powder in place of the whey. And the reason is that egg white proteins work in a very unique way compared to other kinds of protein. And if you add moisture into egg white powder, it rehydrates the eggs, and then those proteins all bind when you cook it. So egg proteins are very unique in this way, where they're liquid when they're not cooked, and then they become solid when they are. It's the reason they're used in baking and all different kinds of cooking, because they're a very unique kind of protein. But it also comes with other different effects on the texture and all this stuff. So if you use egg white powder in place of whey in those biscuits, you will end up with a styrofoam hockey puck, and it is not good. Believe me, you do not want to go anywhere near it. It is not good. I would recommend maybe like a beef isolate protein or something like that if you can get it, something unflavored. And then what you're going to probably need to do is add extra of the grated butter or something of that kind of fatty nature, because you're not going to have the same amount of fat and dairy carb in something like beef isolate as you would in whey. There's not a lot of carbs in whey, but there is some trace, and there is some fat in that you probably will not get from like a beef isolate protein. It's going to be a little different texture. You may have to increase the fat a little bit so that you don't end up something real dry and crumbly. So you can do something like that though, and you increase the fat, you should be able to do it. Now I have not done it. I've done 100 different experiments over the last 2 years to get those biscuits to work, and whey is where I finally settled. It's not to say that you couldn't do it with the beef isolate or something else, but I have not done it, and I cannot guarantee how well it will or will not work. So you'll have to maybe play around with it a little bit. Patricia says Townsend YouTube channel has a whole series on pemmican. Yeah, I haven't watched Townsend's in a long time, but I know he's got some great stuff over there that's really cool. So, well, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and call it. I've got to get some stuff done before we head to Dixon yet tonight to say hey to Dr. Barry and Nisha. Make sure to check. I'm going to put it in the description after this live stream for you to go subscribe to Amanda's YouTube channel, Amanda Decker, who's doing the clinic stuff over there in Dixon that Dr. Barry's working with. I'll put her channel. It's also here in the live chat. Make sure you have subscribed. Tell her Chris Cooking Nashville sent you, and go show her some Chris Cooking Nashville love. And let's just support good people doing good things, including people like Chris and Miriam over at Keto Chow. Support the people that are doing the hard work to try to make this way of eating and this way of life a much better experience for all of us. So, yeah, let's just support the people who are trying to do good things, because it really matters. And I just appreciate all of you guys supporting me. All of my links are down below as always. Thank you for hanging out with me for the surprise live stream. We're going to catch you guys on the flip side. Thank you so much for being here. This is Chris Cooking Nashville. You guys eat your meat. Maybe your Keto Chow, My Chow box. Link in the description for the discount. Click on that link and go get Keto Chow. Love your life. We'll see you guys here in the studio and down in the kitchen for a bunch more. And we'll see you maybe at that Dixon, Tennessee live Q&A tonight. Guys, have a great rest of your day. Bye.